Hello, and welcome to Mr. Combat Shorts. The biggest fights of 2022. Errol Spence Jr. vs. Yordenis Ugas is one of the biggest fights of 2022. Let's take a look at some stats in action. Yordenis Ugas is the current WBA Super World Welterweight Champion. He is 35 years old, was born in Cuba, but resides in Miami, Florida, USA. As an amateur, he won a gold medal at the 2005 World Championships and bronze at the 2008 Olympics. In 2019, after an extremely close battle, Ugas lost a controversial split decision to Shawn Porter. However, 2 years later in 2021, Ugas was elevated to the status of WBA Super Champion and defended his belt for the first time against previous title holder and 8th division champion Manny Pacquiao. After successfully defending his title against Pacquiao by unanimous decision, Ugas is now in preparation to face IBF and WBC champion Errol Spence Jr. in the spring of 2022. Errol Spence Jr. is of Jamaican and African descent, but was born in Long Island, New York in 1990. He lives in Dallas, Texas, and has done for most of his life. He was a great amateur boxer, winning the U.S. National Golden Gloves, as well as 3 consecutive National Amateur Welterweight Championships. As a professional, in 2017 Spence had his first world title fight, and in front of 27,000 UK fans, he dropped it eventually, in the 11th round, stopped Sheffield-born, reigning champ, Kell Brook. To win the IBF welterweight title, it was a close fight. Brook started well, but Spence edged his way in front towards the later rounds, and managed to stop Brook by severely damaging his eye socket. Spence then went on to fight Shawn Porter in a unification bout for the IBF and WBC belts. It was a competitive bout, but Spence dropped Porter in the 11th round and was announced the unanimous winner after the final bell. However, at 2:53 a.m. on October 10, 2019, just over a week later, Spence was involved in a serious single-vehicle accident in his hometown of Dallas and was hospitalized in the intensive care unit. According to Dallas police, Spence's Ferrari 488 Spider was traveling at a high rate of speed and then veered left over the center median onto the southbound lanes, flipping multiple times and ejecting the driver, who was not wearing a seatbelt. In his first fight since the massive car crash, Spence fought and convincingly beat former 2-weight world champion Danny Garcia on December 5, 2020, in Arlington, Texas, with Spence's IBF and WBC welterweight titles on the line. Whilst Errol Spence Jr. is our clear favorite in this upcoming bout, it is by no means a foregone conclusion. What do you think? Who is your money on?